Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there, welcome back.
So we are going to share a message that we got from the guides and from very, very powerful energy. And before we do that, as always, please do make sure you're subscribed to both channels, EEARTS and Evolutionary Energy Arts, as both of these have unique videos and have that little bell clicked. Something tells me after that last one, the last two on EEARTS, they're going to try to hide some stuff again.
Yeah, we were quite naughty.
We just can't help it, guys. Sorry. So we do want to thank our Patreons. Couldn't do it without the support on Patreon and Ko-Fi, as that is definitely what keeps us afloat. We are exiting. We are so ready to exit the Kali Yuga.
We are, and energies are changing and shifting, and I know you guys can feel it.
Absolutely. And so this is a little diagram showing the Kali Yuga. And again, yes, we do have a central sun, so to speak, that our own sun circles Alcyon. And when we're farthest away from it, then we are in basically this dark age. This also, according to one of our guides, Peter Dunov, that has also given the world prophecies, and including a prophecy of a galactic superwave that's going to come and just it's over for the dark forces when that one hits. He also has told us that basically this is an area where there were horrible battles that took place, lots of death, destruction, and there's all sorts of nastiness in this area. And so thankfully we're going to be leaving this area.
Mm-hmm. I know we're getting there. Every day we're a little bit closer.
Absolutely. And no, this is not like hundreds and thousands of years away. We are getting close. You know, in the normal lifespan, yes, this is just maybe this period of time that we have to get through is maybe a third, of a normal lifespan, a quarter of a normal lifespan. And again, what is a normal lifespan? Because, in the Kali Yuga, everything is controlled by these dark forces. And so we're going to share with you a message that came from the guides about this. And this was a pretty short message, but very, very strong and powerful. And it was a massive consortium of energies that was coming through. And Cindy found it very overwhelming. So those of you that are really sensitive out there, maybe not drive and listen to this. I don't know. Be careful. We have people that can feel like when the channeling is coming through, a lot of people will feel it in their crown chakras tingling and different buzzing. This one was very, very powerful, as it was the galactics, but also all the mothers, the Durga energy, so to speak, coming through. And so we've talked all about how this pyramid works and this control group that has been controlling the planet, and not for the benefit of anything on the planet but themselves. Not for the benefit of all the animals, all the fish, all the birds, all the trees, all the different forms of life. Right now they're trying to make it look like they're bleeding hearts because it's all about conserving. We got to save the environment, but really what it's all about is we got to control everybody right now, because we're going to lose control soon, and we know it.
Well, I think their biggest concern is they understand that we are going to get more powerful, and we're going to be able to take charge of our own souls and take charge of our own resources, and they're going to be left, maybe having to just do for themselves.
Yes, and so that's a wonderful thing to know that we're getting towards the close. So who is this lovely lady with 8 arms? This is a representation of Durga, and often seen riding either a tiger or a lion. Again, the 8 arms are giving you clues that this is not a 3D persona. This is something big. This is multiple personas coming together. And in the legend of the Durga and the coming of the Durga, it's all about battling the dark forces. Also, this Durga is known by another name, Chamunda. And basically, Chamunda is the destroyer of two particularly tough demonic entities that nothing else could destroy. And so basically all of the goddess energy came together to unite into the one being that could wipe out that dark energy.
Boy, we could sure use that, huh?
Well, don't worry. Yes, it's coming. And the other thing I've been feeling for days, like I want to talk a little bit more in depth, but now the guides have done such a good job talking. I'm going to let them do most of the talking about both the Durga, her coming, and then also about Krishna when he was talking to Arjuna the day before the big battle. And this was from the Mahabharata, which is a piece of the Mahabharata is the bigger story. The Bhagavad Gita is the section that talks about this battle. And it's very, very famous because there's so many things that we learn there. For one, Krishna says to Arjuna, the main difference between you and I is that I understand that I am an eternal being. I don't look at my body and think that's it. I remember my other incarnations. And so he says to him, look down at the battlefield, because the armies were on opposite sides of a battlefield. He said, not one of these beings will not be after the battle. They still will be. Yeah, their bodies might not be. They might not be operating in that particular heavy, dense body anymore. But just because the body is no longer functioning doesn't mean they are gone. And they're not, in fact, gone. And so what he's doing is basically telling him, this is a battle. And this is one of those fascinating things that might apparently seem to contradict with Yeshua saying, turn the other cheek. Because here Krishna is saying, no, you have to stand up to evil. You can't let evil take you over and control this world. And then when Krishna does leave, that's the beginning of the Kali Yuga. That's the beginning of the darkness. And so this is also all about our descent from the 5D down into the 4D, and then the 4D into the 3D, where we've just been basically at the mercy of these low-life bottom feeders, so to speak, that take advantage of people because, that's what they do. They just take advantage of people. When we look at all the political people and entities and structures on this planet, it's nothing but bottom feeders.
That's what they do. And that's their soul makeup. And that's what they've chosen to be a part of. And, that's their decision.
Absolutely. So we get that famous quote that he shares with Arjuna talking about how worn out garments are thrown away. You simply discard what is no longer usable, and then you put on something new. And it's the same thing with bodies.
Mm-hmm. Which is very interesting, and we need to keep that in mind.
Absolutely, because it's more important to serve the bigger purpose. And the bigger purpose in this time is to get out of the Kali Yuga. And we cannot have these dark beings not only feeding off of all the negative energies that they create through negative emotions that are created through endless wars and plagues and famine and all the terrible things that are manufactured. They are doing those things, and it is a purposeful thing. But it's also that they are literally trying to chain down our souls, so to speak, and to make it so that they can keep us with them as the earth escapes this dark cycle. They'd much rather see, a person lose their life in a manner here on the planet and then reincarnate some other planet that's under their control. Ultimately, that's their goal. That way they still keep the flock. so to speak.
Right, where they are tied down into that fake etheric realm that is created for them.
Absolutely. So Krishna is an avatar of Vishnu, and the Vaishnavites believe that Vishnu is the creator of this particular universe, and that's what we got when Cindy was channeling. And so again, it's just fascinating to think of this, and these battles like this we see depicted in art that might give you a clue that there was some technology out there that you might not expect to see. And we also get figures from these battles of them being so vast that it just seems inconceivable that there is this many people on the planet, even in this particular area. As these battles, there's talk of these weapons and over 1 billion people losing their lives in a single day. Our history, again, is completely hidden. And yet now is the time of the Durga energy. And so I have mantras there for you to connect to it. And we will share the message that we did get today.
It is not easy for this channel to allow this energy to come through, but we will proceed anyway.
Thank you.
There are energies that we believe we can give you a deeper understanding on. We can channel through this vessel perhaps a deeper understanding than is taught in your 3D realm of the divine feminine and the nature of the mother energies. There is one mother energy which you called Durga. Many are asking, what is this energy? Who is this Durga? She is a very well-known warrior in your higher dimensions. This energy you call Durga is able to call in the warrior aspect of everyone on your planet to bring a close to this Kali Yuga. Her energy as your minds and souls are healed from these traumas, these deep wounds. Her energy is what overcomes humanity, brings them to a point where they can overcome that which holds them down. This energy is for everyone. This is a balancing energy. It is powerful and strong. Yet
it can seem harsh and intimidating if you have not completely healed your soul before calling in this energy. Many of you, more of you, are experiencing these anxieties of this energetic integration, the warrior aspect of you. This is common as the energies become stronger. This aspect will rise up on your planet, bringing much needed balance, although it is not said to be easy to call in this aspect of Durga. It is not completely understood. She is the energy of the stars that you look at in your night skies. If you gaze at these stars, you will feel an energy that is different from your sun in your day skies. These sparks of light coming from your cosmos is penetrating into your being, bringing you to a place where these energies can be absorbed. There are multitudes of beings on this planet that can hold this energy that brings balance at the end of the Kali Yuga. It is not just humans that will integrate this energy. Many aliens, many other beings that are in your skies, your star family, will be integrating this energy, this warrior aspect of you, the most powerful. It is needed to contain the balance for all beings in this system. The cyclical nature of your energies take on a new meaning and a new understanding when the beings are able to absorb their night sky's energy. This Durga is a very powerful energy. She is personified this way in your belief systems. She is a force that comes with the healing of your people. Your star families are here close to you. They too are facilitating these energies. This is the time when the overwhelming of light will push back the darkness. Much will be seen, much will be understood about the nourishing energy of the Mother. Beings that are on this planet in your 3D realm will quickly come to the understanding of how important these energies are to your well-being and to your balance. A new understanding will be offered. Those of you who have been healing will come together in force to overcome any shadows that still linger where you are. This can be a very stormy time for humans. They will not understand immediately these energies that you call Durga. Oh. Her energy is said to be so powerful when it comes to you that you will no longer remember your traumas. You will be carried forth to your destination with these energies. We are hoping that we are bringing you a new understanding of the importance of this energy. Your star families will be assisting you. There may be different names of this energy throughout your planet, but it is all the same. This channel is becoming overwhelmed with these energies.
Thank you for sharing and guiding.
We will step back. We will try to remain connected for this channel so that she does not become overwhelmed.
Thank you. So that was the message. And so it's been said too that every Kali Yuga ends with Durga coming. And for those of you that are familiar with Tool, you know, it's the mother energy that has been so put down. You know, hey Ma, please come and flush it all away. Yeah. You know, she will. There are earth changes coming, and there's other things coming too, as the guides have shared, that, you know, that there will be things that impact the earth, and including perhaps asteroids, things along those lines. But the thing that's going to impact and have an effect on everybody's consciousness is this divine feminine energy wave.
Mm-hmm. I mean, actually, it sounds very much like some kind of a equalizing energy where people are just going to really feel the desire and to have the strength within and the ability to overcome whatever else is lingering. It really feels like there's it just permeates. I mean, it just is. It's one of those things where you don't necessarily really maybe understand, but you have this energy coming over you and you simply act on it.
You might have heard I was doing a mantra to bring about this particular aspect of the guides, and it was Om, Aim, Reem, Shreem, Kleem. And that draws in the energy from many different aspects, we can say, of the divine feminine. And we do have links that will, for those that want to go a little bit deeper, you could read into the intense dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna and this particular author's take on it. And there's another author's take on it. Again, it's up to us to, you know, glean what we can glean for ourselves. And so, you know, Durga could be intimidating because, you know, as was mentioned in that legend of Durga, there were these two asuras. And again, there's this eternal battle that goes on between the devas and the asuras. And the devas, again, are the beings that are around us and we're able to access when we're on 5D. Cindy can access them now, and this is us channeling these beings. And others, more and more people will be able to have access to these devas as we move on up higher in vibration and frequency. The devas teach us things like Krishna was teaching Arjuna, the nature of the universe, consciousness, exactly what we are. And whereas the asuras, what do? They just come, they just park their ship and they take over. They sit themselves on thrones and they have everybody basically serve them as slaves. And, they take anything that they want of whatever they want, and they basically just, they're very much like the leadership of this planet that we've been used to. So when Durga comes, she slays the demons. And that's basically this energy that's coming. It's bringing balance because we have been basically fighting a battle blindfolded, our hands tied spiritually, so to speak, operating out of the belief systems that they've given us, which make us think that we're much less than what we really, really are, because they don't want us tapping into the true power that we have, the true abilities that we have. So Source and the Mother aspect, and the Mother aspect is how Source manifests things. It manifests things through the Mother that gives birth to all the worlds that we see.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it feels like a very powerful overcoming of your simple instinct that things need to be equal. So I thought that was very interesting and a good way to help bring understanding to these energies, because it's not like the human mind can always really understand them in the way that they're talked about in the stories.
There's many different mantras we can use to tie into the Mother energy. Om Shri Mate Namaha just means I bow to the Mother. We could do Hey Ma Durga, just like you would say, Hey Ma Durga, Jaya Jaya. And that just means victory, victory. A victory over who? All the darkness that has been basically keeping us down. Anything that's trying to assail her children, which is who we are. And so it's calling that Mother energy in a protective sense. So when you do Om, Aim, Reem, Shreem, you're bringing in the energy of Sarasvati, Parvati, Shakti, Lakshmi. Kleem has been attributed to Chamunda and also Durga as well as Kali, which, tread cautiously with Kali's energy because it's very, very potent. And better to stick with Durga or just with these 4 bija. Bija are seed mantras. And I personally find it much easier to go into a nothingness zone where the mind lets go, and then you're just breathing in that beautiful life force and prana, and you're feeling the energy waves coming through the crown chakra all the way down through the entirety of the body. It's absolutely blissful. When using the bija seed mantras, they're very, very simple. Again, just Om, Aim, Reem, Shreem, and you could add Kleem. And you could do the full mantra, which also is the same thing, except for you're adding in Chamunda or Chamundaye, Vishaye. And that's particularly something I will use if I feel we are being attacked by dark energies. That draws in energy that they're terrified of. The dark side has a tremendous fear of Durga.
Mm-hmm. And if you're just stepping into this and you're simply not sure, and you're not sure about these mantras, and you feel like you need some kind of divine protection, use just Om. Use Om, and think of these energies. These can also call them in, because I know that some people they're just not sure, and when you're not sure, it's good to start at a safe place, and I feel that's pretty safe.
Absolutely. Or you could do Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, because Shanti is peace. So you're doing three times, you're doing peace, and you're calling on Om, which is the sound of the universe and of creation itself, and so you're bringing peace to yourself. But I will definitely share, there have been times when we felt like we needed some serious protection. There was times when we found in New Mexico on the property animals that were very much like those cattle mutilations, that you'd feel. And there was 2 bunnies that Sassy had such joy going out and finding the bunnies, and she wouldn't ever harm them, and she would never be able to catch them. And we had made comment about, man, she just loves her walk. We'd go for a walk 4:30 or 5, and then, we'd see the bunnies every time pretty much. She'd go chasing them, and she'd never catch them. And then what happens, we find the 2 bunnies inside a fenced-in area. And the fence was like 5 feet tall. I don't know how they got over the fence. Possibly jumped it, but I don't know. And they had perfectly like laser cut holes in them, all their organs removed. And you want to talk about creepy. This is the dark side, and this dark side does consist of what we would call demons, maybe some fallen Pleiadians we made reference to, and absolutely a lot of what we would call extraterrestrial interdimensional beings and hybrids, and human hybrids that are apparently running the show, but we know they are pretty much mostly puppets.
It is definitely a spiritual battle, so it is a good idea to have some simple yet very effective and safe ways to call in your other guides and angels and energy, something that you feel really good about.
Yes, absolutely. And just go with what feels right with you. But yeah, and then as Cindy said, spiritual battle, it's multidimensional. That's exactly what we're really talking about. This is a multidimensional battle. So again, I hope you guys found this interesting. As always, much love, God bless, and namaste.
Namaste.